What's up, fellow citizens of the world? Jordan Patrick here, and welcome to my channel. It is Easter weekend, which means we have 3 days off. We always have a holiday the Monday after Easter, and so I thought I would share with you guys some Easter traditions here in France. And then of course we're going back into confinement nationwide, but enough about that. Let's focus on Easter, so let's get to it. On y va, c'est parti! Easter traditions in France are super important to the French people because this is the biggest holiday, Christian holiday, in the entire year. So for those of you who celebrate Easter, you know that this day is super important because it commemorates the resurrection of Jesus Christ on the 3rd day after Good Friday. Some of you also might be super hungry because Easter also marks the end of the fasting period of Lent. So now it's time to eat. So the word for Easter in French is Pâques, and according to Gospel, it was during this Jewish celebration that Jesus rose again. Each year, Easter falls on a different day, and that's all dependent on the stars and the moon and the sun. So it's actually the first Sunday after the first full moon of spring. So it's a little bit complicated. Unlike in the States, we actually have Monday free. The Monday after Sunday is called Lundi de Pâques, and that is a holiday along with Sunday. So most things are gonna be closed on Sunday and Monday of Easter. But don't you worry, of course the bakeries are gonna be open. We have to have our morning croissants, pain au chocolat, chocolatine, all these little goodies. Of course, it is essential here in France. So now let's jump into some Easter traditions in France. Some are gonna be local and some are gonna be on the national level. French Easter traditions are followed in every city, town, and region. As for Christmas, Alsace is particularly rich with local celebrations. I mentioned some of those customs in my French Christmas traditions video, which I'll link up above. This town is a little different than the rest of the country when it comes to the distribution of eggs. In Alsace, people decorate their homes before Easter. Branches are set up with painted eggs, spring flowers, and little figurines hanging beautifully in the windows or in the center of the table. Children create nests with leaves, moss, or grass, which they place in the garden, hoping that during the night, the bells, or the Easter bunny, would fill them up with multicolored egg chocolates. When it comes to Easter eggs, or l'œuf de Pâques, the tradition of giving decorated eggs lies in the fact that the eggs symbolize life and renewal. Therefore, it was only natural that it would become the symbol for Easter, which commemorates renewal through the resurrection of Christ. Also within tradition, it's bad to eat eggs during Lent, therefore it's not surprising to find them in large quantities at Easter time. In France, it was only in the 18th century that people emptied fresh eggs to fill them with chocolate. Then, chocolate-shaped eggs were made for the kids to find in the garden. When it comes to the Easter bunny, or le Lapin de Pâques, the Easter bunny is an Easter tradition of Germanic and Nordic origin. The rabbit and the hare were emblematic animals of a goddess named Asta, which gave its name to Easter in English. The great fertility of the rabbit symbolizes abundance and renewal of life. In Alsace, which was part of the Holy Roman Empire at the time, the hare was first connected with Easter. Just as the Christmas tree is for Christmas, it was also in Alsace that the practice of offering Easter eggs was first recorded in a publication dating to the early 17th century. Easter bells are very important in France, or les Cloches de Pâques. In Catholic lands such as France or Italy, bunnies give way to another tradition, the Easter bells. Even though you can find chocolate Easter bunnies everywhere in local stores and supermarkets, it is traditionally believed that it was not them who brought Easter eggs to the children on Sunday morning. In France, except in Alsace and the department of Moselle, it is the Easter bells, Cloches de Pâques, who bring the eggs on their way back from Rome. An even older tradition are the silent bells originating from the 7th century when the church forbade the ringing of the bells in homage to the death of Christ between Maundy Thursday and Easter Sunday. In France, legend has it that on Maundy Thursday the bell chimes flee to Rome where the Pope blesses them. There, they collect the Easter eggs which will be scattered in the gardens and yards on their return journey. By the morning of Easter Sunday, the bells have returned and are ringing out joyfully to declare the resurrection of Christ. When children hear them, they go out into the garden on an egg hunt.
The Easter bells are often represented with a pair of wings, ribbons, and sometimes are transported in a cart.
Of course, we cannot forget the chocolate. We love chocolate.
Easter chocolate, or le chocolat à Pâques. Similar to Christmas time, chocolate is an essential component when celebrating Easter in France. In many pâtisseries, chocolateries, great attention to detail results in chocolate eggs looking more like little pieces of art than anything edible. Unlike the chocolate shapes sold in other parts of the world, the French do have a few traditional shapes that you might not be accustomed to, such as Easter hens, bells, and little Easter fish called fritures de Pâques. The fritures de Pâques are small, fish-shaped chocolates. The fish is a symbol of Christianity, and during the Roman era, it was a signal for persecuted Christians to distinguish friends from foes. The little Easter fish are called fritures, which means fried whitebait, because of their shape and are often packed into straw baskets or chocolate boxes so that they can resemble a school of delicious little fishies.
So as you just saw, France is full of plenty of Easter celebrations and traditions. And this year is a little bit different because of the confinements, and that starts tomorrow, but it was specifically pushed back a little bit just for this celebration because this holiday is meant to be spent with your family. So that's super important to French people here. I hope you enjoyed learning something new about Easter in France. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. À la prochaine. Ciao, ciao for now. Alsace in France. Alsace. Alsace. Alsace in France. It's like hard to do English French. Like the sounds, the names of places, but then continue in English. It's not always easy.